Welcome to Business Chats. Today we're going to be talking to Marina. She is going through a big change. She just quit her job and is starting a new business after I think just a couple of months of deciding that she actually wanted to work on this, which is fascinating. And I cannot wait to hear her story. I mean, the first time that she said that she wanted to change her career and that she's doing God's work. She started the first subscription service for flowers in Valencia, which is exactly the kind of service that I absolutely love. There you are. Hi, beautiful.
Hey, I'm glad I'm here.
Hey.
Well, I thank you for inviting me. I think it's especially interesting that I was thinking today that you basically were like the second, you and the co-working community were the second people after my husband who found out about my idea to make this change.
I mean,
That's
it was a
amazing.
wild idea. I'm very happy that I was here from the beginning because seeing this whole thing come to fruition is just so exciting. So, first of all, let's start from the beginning. Can you please tell everyone who you are and what is it that you do?
Yes, my name is Marina. I basically launched a few weeks ago the online flower studio, which was a very drastic change of career for me, even though everyone who knew me knows that. I always was like, what is your dream? You know, when anyone asked me, I was always saying, I'd love to have one day a flower shop, like flower/coffee shop where you can come and chill, have nice, beautiful atmosphere, drink tasty coffee, maybe eat some nice pastry. And I never thought about it seriously. Like, I never thought I'm gonna do that. It's like dream that you will do somewhere when you are retired. And
When I'm going to work on this. Yeah.
yes, I never really thought about it seriously. I think now it's 3 months ago. I just randomly received a message that someone is selling their flower shop here in Valencia. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy it, but no, maybe I'm just gonna find out. And then so I had a like conversation with that lady, and then I had a little bit of practice in her shop, and I realized this is a dream that can come true. You don't really have to only think about it, you can do it.
Yeah. So let's give people some context. What were you doing before?
Well, before I was working in PR agency, so working with coaches, English speaking, and overall I'm Ukrainian who lives abroad for more than 10 years now. So I had a history of working online, remotely. But last 5 years I dedicated to PR, and it was a big like part of my life. So it was in a way very unexpected change for me to have
Yeah.
decided this to do.
So when you saw that announcement saying that this flower shop was going to be sold soon, did you see it as a sign from the universe?
Exactly.
Like what went through your head?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened. I think maybe someone will think I'm crazy, but I was already at that point, I was meditating a lot because I was feeling like I'm not exactly in the right space of my mind, and I was connecting to myself and so on. And I think maybe I went out on some special vibrations or something because it just happened so strange, you know, it was very unusual because, as I say, never thought seriously, but somehow I like see this advertisement and I'm like, someone have done it. And then I talked to this lady who sells it, and her story is very similar to mine because I was a lawyer, then I've changed several times career and so, and she's like, but I always was passionate about flowers. I always wanted to do that. And then so I decided to do it. I'm like, well, I also might just decide and start doing it. Like,
It's kind of silly, right? Because you see flower shops everywhere. So obviously there's a market for it and there's
yeah.
business owners that work in this area, but you didn't think that this was for
Mm,
you because you were supposed
yeah.
to be working in corporate. Was there something specific that wouldn't let you go off your own way? Like maybe it was this having a steady salary and the being afraid of taking the jump?
Well, of course, it was very scary to make this decision because I realized I wanted, but then to make a decision to leave my job was very difficult because it was very stable. We had a good team, it's like I lived happily in this job environment I had. But I had such a strong feeling inside that I have, when, if not now, like when am I supposed to
Yeah,
do it? When I'm retired? I have to try now
exactly.
when I'm still, full of energy and when like everything around me burns when I think about it, So I was like, why? I always try to surround myself with flowers. I love it so much. I always was passionate about it. But by the way, the funny effect is that while I was studying in the university, I was studying law. I was at the same time studying floristry. So
Oh,
I think at
come
that
on.
time already I had this passion. But of course, when you are 18, 19, do you choose a career of a florist? You think, no, I'm going to be a lawyer earning like
Yeah,
huge amounts of money and all. But now, probably when you grow a little bit older and mature, you understand that you want to do what you love, which brings you joy.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny because the same happened to me. I was thinking about it the other day. When I was little, I was designing my
Oh,
mom's business cards and doing that kind of thing
wow.
as a hobby. And then it wasn't until the pandemic where I was like, what am I gonna do? I think it was like May in 20. I sort of received an email saying, hey, we're giving away 1 free year for website hosting for new business owners. And I was like, this is it. This is my sign from the universe. I'm just gonna take the jump. And I'm so glad that I did. And you're going to be so excited that you did it too in
I
about
hope so.
5 years from now.
Well, I have a mission.
So,
I'm sorry. I have a mission here, like real mission, because I feel that in Spain, well, in Valencia at least, I feel you don't have enough flowers around you. That's for me, it was a problem.
same.
For example, in Ukraine, we have a very different culture. And not only in Ukraine, by the way. For example, even in England, in Germany, in many countries, flowers are very accessible. You can go in the supermarket, you can go in simple retail shop and get a beautiful bouquet, or at least
Yep.
some mono bouquet of flowers and come back home with a batch of flowers. But in Valencia, first of all, if you want to find a florist, it's already a quest. But if you're lucky enough to find a florist shop, then you come in and you see flowers in the pots and dried flowers arrangements, this kind of things. If you're very lucky, there is one kind of rose there, the cut stems, maybe a chrysanthemums. And
Yeah.
like you just you don't even have what to choose from. So I really hope that in part with my help as well, we will be able, to grow these cities for people.
Of course you will. I mean, I think what you're doing is super important and it sounds super silly. Oh, flowers, like why is having fresh flowers around so important? But honestly, my life has changed a lot since I started getting flowers every 2 or 3 weeks. Like, it's just having that little piece of fresh detail for yourself
Absolutely.
that makes a room so beautiful. I usually have them on my desk. So it's
Mm,
something beautiful to look at every day. I'm a designer. I need to be surrounded by that kind of aesthetic.
mm.
And every time I went to the shop to get them, I found a florist that was not like selling flowers for like the cemetery, which is like,
Yeah.
I don't want to get my flowers from a place like that. I'm sorry. I don't want that energy around me. So I finally found a florist, and then it was crazy expensive to have a bouquet made. So I would just get like just a group of the same flower and just bring it home. And then I would walk home with those flowers on my hands. And then people would always like look at me like, is this your birthday? One day I went to a shop after getting the flowers and this lady asked me, I think I was getting like a pair of socks or something. And the lady was like, is this for a gift? Is that why you got flowers? And I was like, no, I got flowers for myself. And she was like, I was like, yeah, sometimes you just have to give yourself
Yeah,
flowers. I mean, why not?
yeah, yeah.
He was like, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna go get myself flowers soon. It is the way of making yourself feel better. It's like getting your makeup on and
Easy.
doing your hair is a detail for yourself and for your home that makes it feel so much more warm. and inviting.
And the process of even rearranging, because you ideally have to change the water and cut the stems every second day, it can be like a special ritual. I don't know about you, but I can guess you also do it. You like take them all out, you cut them,
Yeah.
you remove all the little old leaves which are not looking that great anymore, and then you rearrange it in an absolutely different way. It's also kind of meditation for a
And
person, like to
you get
enjoy
the
the process.
smell coming because you're moving them, and it's
Mm.
like it's such a pretty thing to have, and I'm so excited that you actually started this. So you saw the ad for this shop to being sold. You couldn't buy it. What made you go the subscription online route instead of trying to save to be able to open a shop as the first step?
Yeah, well, there was a few details about that shop that I didn't really like. First of all, so I like straight away knew I'm not gonna, you have to feel it's your place. It's you're gonna be happy here. It didn't click there, so I knew straight away that I'm not gonna buy it, and therefore I had to think how I can do it if I don't have like any physical ready business model. That was your idea. Well, I had it all boiled in my head, but you said it in such confidence, it's so sure. You said, hey, Marina, you should do a subscription. I struggle with it. I really want to have it. And I realized I had this flower subscription when we lived in UK, and I was really happy with it.
Oh,
You
really?
and there they have like it's like a huge companies that provide it all over UK. So who knows, maybe I will also go out on that level, but
I
at
think
this moment
you.
I know that it is very convenient because you don't
Yeah.
have to go and look for flowers. And by the way, how good it is when you receive each time it's a surprise what flowers will
Yeah.
be. How amazing is
I was
this?
just saying that someone rings the bell and it's like a bouquet of flowers for you.
Yes.
It's,
And I also want, like, for example, for businesses, it's good to receive like a ready-made bouquet that you just put in the vase and it's ready. But some people, for example, like me, I liked to have my flowers to receive like unarranged, and then you sit down and you want to create it in your way. It's also like some kind of enjoyment process for me, which I offer as well.
yeah, it's a full experience, and I think you. This is the first time that I've seen this in Spain. And I think it's absolutely necessary. There's a lot of, even if the Spanish people are not used to this type of service, there's a lot of foreigners who definitely are going to be looking out for it. And I'm so excited for you to be able to tackle that. You mentioned like the core for shops. So you're doing also a subscription for businesses, local businesses in Spain.
Yeah, I think it's also very big market because offices, co-working spaces,
Mm-hmm.
hotels, they all need flowers. And I can see many of them just don't have it, probably
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have it on offer. Because like a receptionist not gonna go in the florist shop looking for flowers to put them on the desk. They just stay
Yeah.
without flowers, or they put some dried arrangement. But fresh
Or the
flowers
plastic
are
ones.
fresh flowers. And for any business, it's not a huge amount of money to have them delivered once in 2 weeks or every week even. But it will make people who come see them feel, more at home. It will be such a different vibe there. So that's as well, yeah, what I would like to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the brand value that small businesses can have just by having that small detail, it says a lot.
Yeah.
It's like showing up to an important meeting and not having your nails done as a woman and having them be in a mess
Yeah, that's
and
very good.
presenting yourself that way.
Yeah.
It really changes everything. If you have a small boutique that's a local boutique and you're competing with big chains, those small details are the ones that make the difference
Yeah,
from a branding standpoint.
exactly.
And I think that's going to be very valuable for absolutely everyone that is going to be interested in this. How long do you wait to actually take the jump? Since this is something that I want to do someday, until you finally said, I'm gonna quit? Bye.
I think at least like several weeks or months was when I was negotiating with myself. Yeah, I think around 1 month. But then I gave a 2 months notice. I didn't want to leave like suddenly, so I stayed for a bit. And during this time, I was mentally preparing for becoming a business owner because it's also pretty unusual, pretty scary. When you start, you have millions of questions. You are not sure about so many things. But I think this inner feeling that I'm going in the right direction, that I'm doing what like my heart really wants, that I enjoy every moment of working with flowers, it helps me a lot.
Yep.
Of course, support of family is super important, but this inner feeling, without it, I don't think it's possible to do business.
Yeah, that's the main drive. And being in business is not easy. If you don't have that kind of passion, you can't make it, but you do. So you're gonna be just fine. And actually, it's funny that you mentioned the support because I was just gonna ask you, what kind of supports have you needed throughout this whole process to actually feel like yes, I can do this? You've had obviously your family saying, yes, you can do this, and we got you, like we're here for you. Any other type of support that you've looked around for? You've had maybe friends in business or anyone that you reached out to get more information about the business, like the lady that already had the shop
Yeah.
and could show you around a few of the things?
Yeah, of course, most importantly, I needed support of the family. As you can imagine, this is like our most important part. When I got it, I was surprised how many people around me supported me. I really was surprised because everyone was like, yeah, you should do it. Of course, that's what we need. Yes. And I was like, really? Yeah, you're sure? Yes. I was surprised. And a huge part of it played, as I said, co-working community you arranging. It's like when I am surrounded with people who all create their own businesses, and I can see sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you have to fight through the success, but it's also very encouraging. I can see how amazing it is when you do what you love. So that was that, and of course, I also worked a bit in her shop. She explained me so many things. I'm very grateful to her about this because I could see this internal part of this business and understand how I can do it myself. You already look at it through your own lens, how you want to do it. So yeah, that was a good ground base for me to start with.
Yeah, and I think you did the perfect trifecta because that business side, sometimes you just like I did, I jumped into business without knowing anyone that was actually working in this. So I didn't have anyone to ask the business side of things because I knew the design. Like it's great to play around with flowers and set up bouquets, but what's the business side of it? The marketing side, how does this actually work? The costs, the things that you need to buy in advance, and how long do the flowers last, and who are the providers, and all of that information. It is research that you need to do before you actually take the jump on something like that. And it's just jumping on the dream and being like, everything is going to be fine. Because it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's why 3 last months I'm like diving in all the courses and all kinds of courses, not just like how to do flower arrangements and bouquets, but also how
Yeah.
to do advertisement in Instagram, how to arrange all the tables to have all the information in one place, where to find wholesale flower businesses, and so on. So I dig it all myself, but I think yeah, because I'm on such a drive, and I'm fine that some things I will find out on the way. So that's why I think it's a good format for me that I start online, because if you start with the physical shop, you need to invest a lot of money, much
Yeah.
more
It's much
than
better.
if you do it online. You have to invest a lot, and then you're like, okay, and now where I'm gonna get clients? Okay, what am I gonna do? In my situation, I'm more relaxed. Of course, I understood that first months won't be booming, but at the same time I'm surprised that I basically started a few weeks ago and I already have so many requests and things are happening. I wasn't expecting that there will be so much movement around this. So I'm happy. And Valentine's Day is coming. So I really hope that I will have some new clients coming in this
Of
time.
guys looking with a girlfriend in Spain, now you know. Are you doing deliveries only in Valencia or are you doing deliveries
Valencia
nationwide?
can be a little bit around Valencia as well. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
So
everyone around the area of Valencia, now you know you need to, I mean, I guess they can just contact you right away to order the flowers for Valentine's Day
yes,
and book that
pre-orders have
arrangement
some
before they forget.
for sure. No.
Hopefully they don't leave it until last minute.
Yeah, some people do it last
So how
minute.
can they contact you?
Okay, so there is Flore Mia Valencia page. I think we are connected now on my different page, but
I will
maybe
tag
we
you.
can leave in the comments the tag how they can find the Instagram and basically through DMs, or there is a link to my WhatsApp in my bio of the shop in the bio of the shop.
Perfect. I'm so excited for you. This is going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see your website.
Yeah.
We need to work on that.
That's
Not
also
yet, but
something that,
soon.
yes, probably gonna be coming. Step by step, we are moving
Yeah, of course.
that way.
It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to start getting my subscription of flowers in Valencia. They're
Yeah.
so pretty. I've seen all the videos and all the photos, and you're doing an amazing work. I'm so proud of you
Thank
and
you.
so proud of how fast you got started. Like, it took me like 3 years to actually start my business, and you just made the decision in a month and started going, and you just accepted that you're not going to know it all from the beginning. And that's exactly the right attitude to start a business. That's how you actually get success. So I'm sure in a year from now, we're going to talk again, and this is going to be freaking exploding throughout all Spain.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. You know how much I appreciate it. Like, surprise for me how many people can support me, but your support is like very special. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'll tag you everywhere so everyone can actually contact you, and we'll be talking
Thank
soon.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.